Subway Restaurants was founded in 1965 by Fred DeLuca, 17-year-old college freshman, and family friend Dr. Peter Buck. The first restaurant opened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, USA on August 28th and was called Pete's Super Submarines. Today, Subway is the world's largest submarine sandwich chain with 32,907 restaurants in 91 countries. As a matter of fact, the Subway chain operates more units in the US, Canada, and Australia than McDonald's. Today, we will examine the sandwich-making process at the Subway in the University of Washington Husky Union Building, or Hub, from a line flow perspective. Subway represents an infinite source situation because customer arrivals are unrestricted. This particular Subway presents a special situation. Because it is located on campus, customer arrivals are dependent on the times classes are in session. The majority of the customers arrive at 20 past the hour, and the line usually stays continuously occupied for about 20 to 25 minutes until the next hour. The Subway at the University of Washington Hub is a multiple server system. Each server usually has 3 to 5 employees working, depending on the number of customers waiting in line. The Hub Subway has 2 connected but independently functioning lines. We observed that they had very similar station times, but different arrival rates, and we'll detail this later on. Subway offers over 2 million different sandwich combinations. This variety often lengthens cycle time at other Subway restaurants, but does not seem to pose a problem at the Subway at the Hub because customers usually decide what they will order before being served. At Subway, there are 5 stations per line. They are Station 1, bread, meat, and cheese. Station 2, the toaster. Station 3, vegetables and condiments. Station 4, packaging. Station 5, soda, chips, cookies, and the cashier. With the rare exception of an extra worker being moved from another station to help at Station 3, vegetables, most stations have only one worker performing a given task. Next, we observe the process of sandwich making at Subway. Note that station times at the Hub Subway vary little between east and west sides. First, the customer orders a sandwich, stating the sandwich they would like made, the size, the bread type, and cheese type. This takes an average of 24.5 seconds. Next, the sandwich is put in the toaster. The customer progresses in the line and waits for the sandwich to be removed. Employees spend this time restocking food containers or move on to the next person in the line. The toaster takes an average of 40 seconds to toast the sandwich. Toasting times also vary from 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on the type of meat on the sandwich. Based on our observations, the typical toasting time averages 40 seconds per sandwich. When 2 sandwiches are ready simultaneously, they are toasted together. However, once a sandwich is put in the toaster, another cannot be added. Employees must wait for the timer to end and remove the toasted sandwich before putting another in. Thus, the toaster is most often the bottleneck. Occasionally, the bottleneck is alleviated by placing more than 1 sandwich in the toaster at a time. At the Hub location, however, most customers order only a 1 sandwich, and so multiple sandwiches are put in the toaster only when 2 sandwiches can be ordered and prepared for the toaster before the timer on the toaster expires. This is most likely to occur when a meat that takes longer to warm thoroughly is put in the toaster, which tends to be chicken, the meat that is ordered the least. The sandwich is removed from the toaster by the employee responsible for vegetable placement, and the customer chooses which vegetables they would like, as well as condiments. This typically takes 19.5 seconds. Another employee then packages the sandwich in an average of 11 seconds. Finally, the customer orders drinks, cookies, or chips and is rung up by the cashier. This takes on average 18.5 seconds, but varies depending on payment method. This produced an average lead time of 113.5 seconds, or 1 minute 53.4 seconds, and a cycle time of 40 seconds. The Hub Subway has 2 separate lines for which arrival and service rates vary. The east side has an arrival rate of 90 customers per hour, is able to serve 63 customers per hour, and has 4 laborers, with labor utilization at 35.7%. The west side has an arrival rate of 153 customers per hour, a service rate of 90 customers per hour, has only 3 laborers, and a labor utilization of 56.7%. On the east side, LQ, the average number of customers in line, is 2.97. LS, the average number of customers in the system, is 4.4. WQ, the average wait in the line, is 1 minute 58.8 seconds. WS, the average time a customer spends in the system, is 2 minutes and 56.4 seconds. On the west side, LQ, the average number of customers in line, is 4.74. LS, the average number of customers in the system, is 6.44. WQ, the average wait in line, is 1 minute 51.6 seconds. WS, the average time a customer spends in the system, is 2 minutes and 34.8 seconds. To anyone who has ordered a sandwich at the Hub Subway, these numbers seem almost impossibly low. Many of us have experienced wait times significantly longer, and it is not uncommon to see individuals wait in line for some time, give up, and leave, all without ordering a sandwich. This can be partially explained by our perceptions of wait time. In the case of the Hub Subway, there are few distractions to shorten a customer's perception of time passed. Both sides feature signs with a menu and nutritional information at the entrance to the roped-off lines, but customers in line are rarely close enough to read them. The east side features an ASUW bulletin board, while the west side features a Subway shirt signed by Subway spokesman Jared Fogle, and also an album collage that's part of the Hub's music-inspired theme. Another reason for seemingly low average wait times and average time spent in the system are highly variable arrival rates. Many customers arrive at half past the hour as classes end, after which time arrival rates are greatly reduced. Therefore, when arrival rates are measured throughout an entire hour, they appear to be relatively manageable, given the number of servers. Cycle time could be reduced by the use of an additional toaster. In some cases, customers do not wish to have their sandwiches toasted, which helps increase the speed of the line. Other times, the bottleneck was at the cash register. The method of payment was the greatest factor in determining how much time a customer spent at the register. The majority of people pay with their Husky card, making the transaction relatively fast. When cash or credit card was used, the time increased greatly. Also, Subway does not have a self-service soda machine. The time it takes an employee to fill the cup prevents the next customer from being served. Because there are several self-serve soda machines in the Hub, Subway makes no monies from refills, because customers simply use another machine. Subway ought to move the soda machine from behind the counter, especially considering that there is little economic incentive to keep it there. This would ensure that the payment process does not become the bottleneck, and would limit the variability that comes with payment methods. Furthermore, if Subway is interested in reducing its cycle time, it should invest in an additional toaster for both east and west lines. However, the customers at the Hub Subway are served quickly enough that although these steps might help improve flow, they likely are not cost-saving. With these suggestions, we conclude our analysis of Subway from a line flow perspective.